Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today I'm going to be taking a look at my final demo from Ludo Narracon. I think the festival's actually finished by the time you're seeing this, but this demo may still be available to play, I'm not sure. This is Moses and Plato, Last Train to Clawville, and this is by the people who made Chicken Police, which I played on the channel I think last year, which was a lot of fun, sort of comedy detective style game. This one seems to pay, from what I've read on the Steam page, quite a lot of homage to Agatha Christie, a little bit like Murder on the Orient Express. It sounds like we're on one of the sort of a posh Victorian train somewhere, and actually we're the ones who've been accused of a murder that we presumably didn't commit. Anyway, enough of the setup. Let's see for ourselves what it's all about. This is a short demo version of the full game, which contains a slightly altered snippet of the final experience. This version doesn't save.
So, we're standing on top of a train, looking death in the eye.
That was quite a trip, wasn't it?
Quite a trip. If anyone had told me that we'd have ended up here, I would have laughed in their faces. So, where do we start?
Let's say a freezing cold day greeted us on that fateful Stavonian morning.
Furry heavens! Could you be any more cheesy?
I thought I was getting better at this.
That'll never happen.
Well then, let's just start at the beginning. Well, here we are.
I'm gonna freeze to death.
Now that you mention it, my dear friend, we're a little early, so you'll have plenty of time to do that.
No matter. I can already taste the champagne and olives on my tongue.
Champagne and olives?
The party! Aren't you looking forward to the big Bon Voyage party tonight?
Oh, that. I'd skip it if I could.
Ha! Moses, you're the saddest animal I've ever had the misfortune to meet. For once in your life, you should let loose. We're on a holiday, right?
Let me remind you that no, we are not on holiday. This is work.
Furry heavens. You're beyond hope, Moses.
Well, you're probably right, my dear friend.
So we freeze to death. But, I see other passengers are starting to arrive.
We can have a little sniff around before we leave the station. Literally and figuratively.
Good idea. Although, I might not be able to move anymore.
Okay, so I've got stuff to look at. I can sort of move the screen a little bit left and right. Only to a certain extent. Let's start this side. What have I got? Okay, so this bit isn't voiced. The Clawville Express is said to be the most amazing machine ever built by an animal. At least that's what they say. I wonder how it can live up to such big words.
Speaking of which, you're a Manul, right? A palace's cat? Shouldn't you be perfectly fine in the cold?
I've never told you about my cryophobia? My unnatural fear of freezing?
The amount you usually talk, it surprises me too, but no. You never mentioned it before.
Well, it was because of the war.
Oh, right. The war.
I spent a whole winter in a trench. I got the chill up to my bones and my soul. And somehow, I wasn't the same animal after that.
And that affected your perception of the cold.
Some people lose their sense of smell after a major trauma, or see colors different.
That's interesting. Please tell me more about it.
I'd rather not. You overanalyze everything and everybody. It can be really unpleasant.
Well, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'm used to it.
Okay. This is a suspiciously large package for 2 people, but who knows, maybe that pretty lady just brought too many trinkets from the trip. For the ambassador, we can look, or we can do at the moment.
Look who's here.
The ambassador. That creep makes my tail tingle.
Stay focused, Plato. We'll do what we've been hired to do, and we can take our well-deserved vacation.
When I think we have to protect this monster.
Let's not jump to conclusions, dear fellow. You know rumors are sometimes just rumors.
These aren't just rumors, Moses. They're facts.
We have a job to do, and we're going to do it. All right?
Yeah, all right.
She has a rather pleasant appearance. Okay, what's this? Codex, animals, connections, facts and clues. Okay. Like a mind palace sort of thing. Inventory. I mean, I'm kind of ready to move on. What's this? Oh, we got smells. That's interesting. What about this? Trains have a distinctive smell that is a mixture of many different aromas. Metal, oil, coal, leather, and many more. But nothing blatant or noteworthy. Okay. Ah, what's this, like extra vision sort of things, the Stavonians. Having to oversee the protection and well-being of the Stavonian delegation is not just a simple task, but also a kind of trust and power play between the two countries of Clawville and Stavonia. Frankly, it's not very uplifting to be caught between two such superpowers. Clawville, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the city Chicken Police was set in. Oh, what's this?
The fluffy, fuzzy... Damn!
Quite a tower, isn't it?
That could easily accommodate all the members of the country's parliament.
Or an invading army.
You got that right.
Okay, I kind of want to progress the game. I'm just not entirely sure how to do it. Ah, he's got a thing over his head now. Ah, talk to him.
Finally. This is ridiculous. I've been waiting here for an age.
Sir, welcome.
Just grab the bags and pack them quickly. My daughter and I are freezing to death out here.
Sir, I think you misunderstand.
Are they paying you to talk or work? I am at my wit's end here. Can you believe it, my dear?
Leave me out of this.
Dear sir, I genuinely think there's been a misunderstanding here.
Just take our luggage and load it while I'm in a good mood. What did you say?
Okay, so we don't actually read out loud our responses. I wasn't sure. I basically said, has the cold got in your ears?
Men always have to measure each other's tails.
Let me step in. This is Moses Wildflower, and I'm Plato Palladius of the Clawville Police Department. We are here because, unfortunately for us, we have been entrusted with the full protection of you and your dear daughter until this magnificent train reaches Clawville.
Is that so? Well, why didn't you start with that?
We tried, but it must be the noise.
Whatever. So you're in the service of the Fox King, huh? Very well. Then I'll see you at the party soon, yes?
In fact, I think we'd rather...
Moses, we'll be there, sir.
All right then.
Joyful. Until then, gentlemen. Porter! Where's the bloody porter?
Keep your voice down. My head is splitting.
Interesting.
We found out some interesting facts.
Indeed.
I leave you to wander around in your little mind garden.
What?
How do you know about my garden?
You talk an awful lot in your sleep, Moses. If you had any idea what else I know...
This is terribly embarrassing.
Oh, yes, it is.
Maybe they've not done all the voice lines yet. But let's look in the Mind Palace thing. Let's have a little look at what we got here. So animals, we've got Plato, my loyal companion and friend. Served in the military intelligence for years, but was demobilized and ended up as a detective with the Clawville police. I praise my good fortune, for without him I would not be where I am today, although I'd hesitate to admit that to him. Ignat Alexei Iverinich, Snow Leopard. Ambassador to Stavonia, pursuing peace negotiations between the colonial empire of Clawville and the United Republic of Stavonia. We have been entrusted with the task of escorting and protecting him, which is a great honour. However, his past and character are rather questionable. Kunia Ivadinich. She is the daughter of Ambassador Ignat, who is clearly on the trip out of sheer necessity, although I have a suspicion that there's another reason for her being here. In any case, she is a lady of noble breeding and a tempered but rebellious spirit. We should have to watch her carefully. We have connections. How to use. Okay. Maybe we'll get instructions there in the full game. So we got him, him, him. What do we do? Do we drag? Okay, well let's do that. So these two are connected, right? Probably love. I mean, they're father and daughter. Reconcile. I would say love platonic. That's probably about as much as I can do now. Facts and clues. Ignat's dark past. Ignat's past is rather murky, having served as a high-ranking officer in the colonial Tsarist forces, including in the Torogo colonies. Okay. There we go. So, luggage, Ignat's got... Okay, so we can talk to him again?
Don't bother me. Ask my daughter if you want to know something. You people give me migraines.
I beg your pardon.
Don't take it personally. I can't stand coppers. In any shape or form.
Ah, I see. Well, the feeling is mutual.
You're just kidding me, yes?
Oh, of course.
And this one is what? Specific questions. Okay, so his daughter?
My daughter. Spoiled little brat. But I suppose that's mainly my fault.
Ah, come on. Don't blame yourself.
If you want to know more, perhaps you should ask Her Majesty. I don't have time for this.
Thank you. We will, sir.
Okay, so let's talk to Kunia then.
Madam, we are pleased to be of service to you and your good father.
Do I look like I've molted for the first time?
What? I beg your pardon?
I know you despise us, and you have every reason to, but I don't care. Nor do I care about these ridiculous peace negotiations.
Oh, I see. That was refreshingly cold and honest.
Just stay away from me. Or at least keep your flattery to yourself.
You know what? You're really a little...
Thank you. And good day to you, gentlemen.
Same to you, madam.
Whew, she's something, ain't she? Just like the weather here. Ice cold and, well, mostly ice cold.
Indeed. But it's interesting what she said. I mean about the peace negotiations.
You know what? I don't like the idea of them myself. And these Stavonians make my tail cramp up.
I thought you were a devout pacifist. You should be happy for peace.
Well, since I've been through the hell of war myself, I am. But this is just smoke and mirrors, Moses. There will never be peace between Stavonia and Clawville. Hostility is coated in our blood.
Maybe. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We haven't even started this journey.
Yeah, you're right. And we might just be in for the adventure of a lifetime, huh?
Oh, but every day is an adventure with you, Plato. More and more passengers.
If you want to know more than animals are willing to tell you, use your refined senses, Moses. Remember what you taught me.
You're in a rather educational mood today, my dear friend. I could almost call it lecturing.
You'll thank me later, Moses. Believe me.
If you say so.
So we can ask Kunia specifically about her father.
My father? Don't you read the papers? It's all in there. Apart from his military and political career. He has no life.
You don't have a very high opinion of your father. Am I right?
I think we got the platonic love thing incorrect, huh?
What are you? Some kind of a detective?
Ouch!
I'm only here because I want to see Clawville with my own eyes. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend several days locked up with him, even if someone pointed a gun at me.
Well, I see.
Make a note in your little notebook, detective. If somebody wring my father's neck, I should be suspect number 1.
Foreshadowing.
That can't happen, miss. That's why we're here.
Yes. What a shame.
So let's go back into the Mind Palace thingy. Let's have another look at connections. So this, we'll get rid of that. Instead, hostility. It's not a rivalry. Yeah, I don't think they don't really, none of that really suits them. I'm going to stick them back over here. So other facts and clues do we get? Kunya and the peace negotiations. Ignat's daughter is a fierce and vocal opponent of peace negotiations. This could cause problems. Kunya is quite hateful about her father. Could something have happened between them, or are these the words of a neglected and spoilt girl? Let's talk to these guys.
He looks rather familiar.
You mean Cassidy Lupus, the silent wolf?
The what and who?
To my bushy tail, you really do live in a cave, don't you?
So he's some kind of movie star.
The movie star.
Uh-huh. And the young lady?
Cassandra Ruby Faye, a real up-and-coming movie sensation. They're predicting a big future for her, although the tabloids say she's a bit unstable.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. And quite lovely, too.
She looks like an interesting lady indeed. Somehow, she seems out of place. Okay, well, let's talk to these guys.
My name is... Oh, come on, it's no problem. What can I write? Who will it be for?
What? No, I don't...
Then simply Cassidy Lupus, star of Silent Wolf and the Loudest Howl. Here we go, darling.
But I...
Don't thank me, friend. It's nothing. My pleasure.
Well, thank you.
Hey, mister.
Yes, little... thingy?
Little what?
As the wily fox says.
Wiley.
This is Detective Moses Wildflower, and I'm Plato Palladius from the Clawville Police Department. And we're not here for your autograph. You can be sure of that.
What, the police?
For the wild ones. Cassidy, what have you done now?
Not a single thing, Cassandra, dear. I swear. At least, I don't think.
Nothing to worry about, madam. Sir, we just wanted to say hello and assure you that with 2 senior police officers on board, you will have the safest and most comfortable journey possible.
Oh, really? That's rather nice to hear.
Don't worry about Cassidy. He's a bit weak in the knees. But otherwise, he's a pretty nice guy. At least, for the most part.
For the most part. But, darling...
Try again.
Forgive me for the autograph fiasco. You know, the fans just find me everywhere. It's a nightmare.
Oh, I can imagine.
You can't imagine.
And the lady is...
Oh, what a barbarian I am. This is my companion and partner in many cinematic wonders, the magnificent Cassandra Ruby Faye.
Gentlemen, if I may say so, it's extremely reassuring that you're traveling with us.
Our pleasure, ma'am.
You are a real gentleman.
Don't worry about a thing, as long as you see us.
Are you two going to the party?
I regret to say that we probably will.
That's wonderful.
See you there, madam. Sir?
Okay, let's do our extrasensory stuff. Let's start with a sniff. Strong perfume. They have an extremely strong and intoxicating perfume around them, almost as if they were trying to hide something with it. Okay, not much with that. Well, our hearing. Nervous whisper.
Stop staring at that woman.
What woman? I know.
Yes, you are. You are looking at that cat. Stop it, it's humiliating.
It's not a cat, it's a panther.
And that's an excuse.
I swear, I wasn't staring, sweetie.
I thought you were over this cat thing.
Okay, this is this new? Oh no, we've got the autograph. An unwanted autograph for Mr. Cassidy Lupus. The handwriting shows he scribbled his name a million times before. We found a secret. Great job. The signature is well rehearsed, but his hands seem to tremble a little when he wrote it. Was it the cold, or maybe because we are police officers? What about the... Can I look at the watch? Has that got a secret thing? Ah. AW means Alphonse Wildflower. He was my grandfather, and I inherited this wonderful pocket watch from him. Unlike my father, Alphonse valued the time he was given. Interesting. We've got more Mind Palace-y stuff then. We've got Cassidy Lupus, famous film star, and Cassandra Ruby Ray. Yeah, I'll read those in. When I play the full version, I'll probably read those in more detail. But we can maybe talk to her now.
He's not so horrible. Just a little disorganized.
Oh, you got me. For good. I couldn't deny it if I wanted to.
You know, it's funny meeting you here, on the other side of the world.
It is indeed. The wilderness is so small.
Madam, I've been around the world more than once, and I assure you, it's quite huge.
And yet, 4 citizens of Clawville just happen to be in the same place at the same time. What a wonderful coincidence. Am I right?
I wouldn't be so sure that's a coincidence.
Here we go. Ignore his cryptic remarks, like, you know, our lives are a tattered detective novel.
Oh, how exciting. Isn't it, darling?
That's right.
Oh, I can zoom in on stuff. Interesting. So, how do we advance time a little bit?
It's awfully cold here, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Cassidy.
I'm sure you'll be nice and toasty in your cabin.
Tell me, where are you two staying? Up front?
Well, we're officially in the last car.
The... what? That's horrible.
Honestly, we were a bit surprised too.
My condolences, officers. If I were you, I would complain to management immediately.
Oh, it's all right. We can take it. The most important thing is to do our job, and nothing else.
I've been through 2 wars. I think I've slept in worse places.
Have you seen the inside of the last car? I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Okay, so we can ask them specific questions now. Worried look.
Eyes open, detectives. I mean, all your senses.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't mean anything. But it seems a strange bunch of people are gathered here. My ears are itching, and that always means trouble.
We'll keep an eye out, madam. You have my word.
Oh, you seem to have stepped out of another age, my dear detective.
Yeah, tell me about it. He's a living fossil.
Well, well.
Even more
Let's
passengers.
do this.
No surprise, the train is about to depart. Are you ready for the journey, Moses?
Me? Pff, my dear friend, I'm always ready.
Yeah, why did I even ask?
Okay, strange
Is
plant.
that a Malvaceae hippoconia?
I was wondering the same thing myself.
Plato, please.
Do you really know the names of all the flower varieties in the world by heart? And is that even healthy?
I'm the perfect example that names have meanings. I am Wildflower, after all. Also, everyone has a passion.
And some are more harmful than others.
You don't mean the flowers, do you?
Okay, we've got ambassador and assistant. Let's have a look at them
Just
first.
arrived.
Well, well. Must be a high-ranking official from the royal colonies. Interesting.
Load of interesting folks gathering here, huh?
He's probably here because of the peace negotiations, like the rest of us.
That damn treaty.
Now, my dear friend. What would Chief Inspector Bloodboil say to that kind of...
Bloodboil, he was in Chicken Police as well, so that's definitely the same universe.
You'll never get anywhere with that attitude, Plato.
You're pretty good at this voice impersonation thing.
Thank you, Moses.
It might even come in handy one day.
You really think so?
Perhaps.
Okay, we could talk to him.
Greetings, sir. My name is...
Yes, you two are the detectives, right?
Yes, indeed we are. Although, frankly, I'm surprised that you know.
The whole station is talking about it. 2 detectives protecting that pale-furred, sharp-toothed bastard. And I was just wondering, where are my detectives?
Your... excuse me?
If our beloved king sends personal protection to defend his enemies, like the ambassador of the Stavonian government, surely he sends 1 or 2 to protect his own beloved ally, the ambassador to his own colony. Am I right? Which would be myself.
You? You're the ambassador of Tarogo?
No other. Mujara Panina, ambassador, high priest, guru, and spiritual seer. I'm genuinely horrified that you don't know who I am.
If I may say so, you speak the Clawville dialect admirably.
Please do not change the topic. Although, I do speak with particular skill, yes.
I am truly sorry that you have not been properly escorted, sir, but you must be aware of the very delicate relationship between the Clawvillian crown and the Stavonian government.
Pah, don't take me for a fool.
Sorry if we offended you, sir.
Don't blame yourself. I'm used to being surrounded by the incompetent. Varney,
I'm here, sir.
good. Chat with these gentlemen while I go rest my eyes.
Yes, of course, Separ. How can I help you, gentlemen?
What a pretty flower.
Quite a lovely thing, I'd say.
Look at you. Is she your type, maybe?
What are you thinking? I never judge someone by their looks. Besides, I was speaking about the flower, not the lady.
Ha! You can't fool me.
It's a pleasure to meet you and Ambassador Mujara.
The Separ is quite tired. I hope you will forgive him for being a bit irritable.
The Separ?
Tarogo's religious leaders, who also wield considerable political influence.
Very well said. You are highly educated and well-informed, detective.
Thank you, Miss Fanny.
You could have boarded the train much later if you're going to the peace negotiations. So what are you doing here on the frozen other side of the world?
Unfortunately, that is sensitive, rather top-secret information.
You see, Miss Fanny, we are in the service of the Clawville government. We serve our common king. You need not be afraid to share anything with us.
I fear that even you are not authorized to have this information, dear detectives. I am really very sorry. It is a most sensitive topic.
Well, in that case, that's not a problem. If it's so very, very sensitive, we understand.
Thank you, gentlemen. You are very kind.
Secrets are part of our work. If someone, we understand.
Secrets are part of our work. We understand.
See, he says that out loud.
Thank you. Your discretion means a lot to me.
Oh, we're discreet, ma'am.
Well, yes, we are. Most of the time.
Oh. If I come back over here, can we... I might do the sensory thing. Nothing. Ah, what's going on here? It is a wonderful plant, I must say. The colour is very distinctive, but I don't know where to put it. Is it a Malvaceae hiberconia? The air is almost boiling between the Tarogo and Stavonia delegates, and I could swear the temperature is below 0. And we'll do a quick sniff test. Flower? Unfortunately, I almost can't smell it. What a shame that such a beauty is being locked away like this. Okay, so we got the train guy now. We'll have a quick look at him. He must be an employee of the Clawville Express.
Welcome, gentlemen. Detectives Wildflower and Palladius, I presume.
Just Moses and Plato. No need for formalities.
As you wish, gentlemen. I'm Pierre. I'll be your guide, your helper, and your humble servant on the road.
Sounds very nice, buddy. May we speak to your boss?
My boss?
I mean the one who runs the Express.
Ah, I see. That would be me too, Pierre.
Oh, really?
Look, pal, no offense, but...
How could the train inspector be a simple insect?
Well, I mean, that's what I was getting at. I really didn't mean to offend you, but it's quite rare.
Indeed, it is rare, which is why I feel so honored. And of course, it is a huge responsibility too.
In that case, good for you. And congratulations.
Thank you. Please enjoy your journey. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll jump to it right away.
Huh?
You know, jump.
Ah, because you're a jumping spider.
Yes, I am. Witty, no?
Yes, we all had such a good laugh.
But please board the train soon. Most of the passengers have already taken their cabins.
We will. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard!
About time.
I was starting to freeze to death out here.
Cassandra, my darling, I'll have you warmed up in no time.
Must we tolerate this incessant chatter? Let's board.
Slow down, Separ. Don't be in such a hurry. You know your heart.
Listen.
Tell me, Pierre, how is it possible that the ambassador's bodyguards are not in the same wagon as the ambassador himself?
Indeed.
Well, the ambassador's carriage is occupied by none other than a baron, apart from the ambassador and his lovely daughter, of course. A baron? I see. Well, yes, that's understandable. What about the carriage after that? That was taken as well.
And the one after that?
Well, taken as well, am I right? Oui, unfortunately. I see.
What?
Splendid. I can tell you, we're gonna have a wonderful trip here at the very ass end of the train.
That's horrible.
Oh, please, I'm sorry if this is any inconvenience.
Oh, never mind. We're from Clawville. That city's depressing enough on its own. A few days in a dark little hole won't hurt anybody, eh?
Well, we actually quite like dark, cramped places, don't we, Plato? Because of our species?
What?
Well, yeah, of course, but this isn't about race. It's about principle.
Come on, don't always be such a grouch. That's more my style.
Ah!
Oh, it says there's a clock here. I wonder if it's going to sort of be on a timer a bit.
Wish you a pleasant journey on behalf of the Clawville Express. Let me know if you need anything. I can be very handy.
Huh?
Oh, yes, I...
Oh. Yeah, we had that. Am I doing anything like this? No? Why the last wagon? Why are we there? A big question mark for us is why we are accommodated in the last wagon, as we're here to protect the ambassador, who was in the first one. Or first one. Majara's secret. The presence of the ambassador is strictly classified information. That alone is enough to pique our interest. Majara has a heart problem. And Majara is seriously offended why he's not been given the same ornate escort and protective custody from the crown as the Slavonian ambassador. Okay, animals. We've also got Majara, Varney, and Pierre. Oh, door.
It wasn't that hard to have a little chat, was it? It's a nice way to pass the time.
I've already got the worst headache.
Come on, you'll survive. So, should we hop on board then?
If we must.
Quite strange company we got here, don't you think?
And we haven't seen half of it yet.
Something smells fishy to me. This Majara guy and his assistant. Not to mention His Excellency the Ambassador and his ice-cold daughter.
We're in for an interesting journey, that's for sure. But I wouldn't jump to conclusions just yet.
Well, anyway, time to get ready for the party.
Oh no, the party. You shouldn't have mentioned. My head.
Come on, Chief. Let's get dressed up, have a drink or two, and go to the little rat hole in the back of the train for a good sleep. What could go wrong?
Famous last words, eh?
Ha! See? You're getting a sense of humor.
No.
Moses and Plato, last train to Clawville. Is that it for the demo, or is there more? Oh. Key event reached. Okay. Let's see, I still have a little time before the horrible party in the luxury dining car. What do I do until then? Explore the train? Who should I talk to? I better choose wisely, because time is precious.
So, where to next?
I think it's worth taking a good look at the train map and deciding wisely how to use our precious time until the party starts.
And how much time do we have?
Exactly 1 hour, my dear friend. At least, let's say, 4 places to visit.
And 4 passengers to socialize with.
If we really must.
Okay, but I think we'll leave it there for now. I think this is definitely one I'll play on my channel. I like that. And I seem to like the Wild Gentleman games. I like the way they do adventures. They're good fun, I think. So I don't want to spoil too much of the story for myself, but also for any viewers who might be interested in following that series on the channel. So I'll just say thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit that thumbs up button. If you could also leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the game and, you know, how it's shaping up. And if you're looking forward to seeing it on the channel, let me know. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to Boring Dad Gaming, would be amazing if you could. So, thanks very much. And I hope to see you around on the channel elsewhere, other games, other playthroughs, other series. Bye for now.